Yo, yo, yo. How's it going? No. No. Don't give me the crunch. Oh, please don't give me the crunchiness. Okay. What is up, good people? I am once again here, 2 p.m. UTC, to share the world of Creative Commons music composition. Right now I'm going through a Cyberpunk phase, as the regular viewers know. Thanks for all of you who've been showing up recently in the streams. And yeah, let's get on with it. So I just released a post. This is just a bit of housekeeping real quick. I just released a post on Patreon, a public post, so you can check it out if you want. And it is about Frequency Digital. I just wanted to share with you some progress in this regard. Frequency Digital is this Dutch web app, this Dutch company that helps you find usages of music that you've composed online on YouTube. So I mean, it's a no-brainer. It makes sense, right? The musicians who are releasing music for free, Creative Commons musicians, in exchange for attribution, we just release the music, and content creators like YouTubers can actually monetize it, their videos using our music. We only ask one thing in return, that's that you credit us. So I just put out this quick post on Patreon. It's public, you can view it even if you're not a paid member. Go check it out. The link is in the description of the YouTube channel. And today we're going to be moving along with this piece of music, which is track 4 out of 10. I'm on the 3rd pass of it. What I want to do now is, just basically give it a little mini mix through my headphones, and I'll continue with this process of putting together this music so that you guys can use it in your videos in exchange for crediting me. It's a very exciting time. Things have been going crunching along, but I've got this new philosophy of marginal gains, just a little bit more each day. So anyway, you're here for the Cyberpunk. Let's get into it. Okay, this is this piece is almost like influenced by Gabba House, you know, like that underground London UK vibe. So yeah, if you like it, drop a comment in the chat. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what brings you here today. And the goal of this project is to release this Ableton Live template as a Creative Commons piece of music. I'm gonna just zoom in a little bit for starters, and also just come down here. Yeah, there we go. This is an actual violin that I recorded. I play a bit of violin, and I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't know exactly where it should fit in the mix, and if it's sounding decent, maybe we could do with a couple more channels. Anyway, point is, let's just keep moving. So one thing that's missing right now is an on-ramp, a kind of an upsweep going from this section. I'm going to switch over to the right. You can see what I'm doing. We need to kind of bring it up here. Now, what I've been doing with all of these projects so far, going back in time, is attributing, well, not attributing, but bringing the, come on people, there we go, cool. So I'm going to duplicate this pre-master, and I'm going to call the second one, and we get out the way again. I've just duplicated this pre-master. Don't forget to delete the Restream plugin on the second one. There we go. And I'm going to call it Bus EQ. Bus EQ is a pre-master, it's a pre-master step, which is I'm going to delete everything except for the EQ settings. I don't want to double compress everything on its way to the master. So all of this stuff gets chowed. Don't need to view that. Don't really need the spectrum. Okay, and how does this work? Well, let's take a look. This in the bottom left over here, you see 4 frequency bands. That's the lows, the mids, the high mids, and the highs. So I'm going to spread those out by looking at them in automation mode here, starting with the lows, and we go show automation in new lane, and vice versa, and similarly for the other 3. Show you what we're going to do here in a minute. We've got the ability to toggle these switches on and off. Now, why is that an advantage? Well, you can see, for example, when everything is going to bus EQ, which I'm going to set it to do now. All of this, except for the violin tracks, which just need to get routed to their respective group. There we go. Okay, all of that gets sent to bus EQ. Okay, cool. Now bus EQ gets sent to the premaster. Okay, so I've done the routing setup now. That means that everything is now going into this bus here. So it should sound the same that it does. So bus EQ is an intermediary step which allows you to toggle various EQ bands on their way to the premaster. The reason I've split it instead of just doing it straight on the premaster is that what I'll be able to do now is get creative with which one of these channels I want to send to be able to be affected by the bus. So for example, in the past, what I've done is this. See that? That's the melody. It's quite a high frequency. So what I actually want to do here is I want to drop everything out except for the lows. And yeah, it's going to be this one over here. So I'm going to just drop everything out over here. Now all you're going to hear is really the lows. But let's say I wanted this melody, sorry you can't see, let me get out the way. Let's say I wanted this melody to be able to escape that cutting off. Then what I can do is just send it to, instead of bus EQ, but straight to the premaster. So that's the method here, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to just get a utility from my favorites folder and stick it at the end of the chain. And then we'll just drop that down 12, maybe minus 20, minus 18, and I'll just hike that up. I want to just get the normalization of that. See there? So we've got this high frequency stuff going on here. Now we're about to hit this drop over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, hey, welcome, I'm back. Okay, exciting times, let's make some music. 3, 4. There you go. Okay, and what I'm going to do just before that is I'm going to drop out the bass in the preceding bar. Okay, not that much bass. Let's just try with that. Okay, let's try it without the bass. Okay, good. So there's a lot going on here. Okay. Alright, and I'm also going to drop out the kit. I've got the kit automation right over here. I'm just going to drop that out here. Okay, so it's typical to let these moments kind of hang just before you go into a major change. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, drop out. Now what we need is some kind of sweeping kick or something like that. Okay, cool. You could get the same effect by just having a cutoff, like a frequency knob on the main premaster. But the issue with that is that you end up using multiple frequency. If you have frequency in series, which is the opposite of what I'm doing, I've got them in parallel. If you've got the ability to control frequency bands, lows, highs, mids, in series, then you end up having to automate two things instead of one. Because, for example, if you wanted just the highs, you would then have to roll up the high-pass filter and roll back on the low-pass filter. And make sure they're in the right order. So just for me, it's a lot easier. You got these 4 buttons over here, and it's quite simple. What they're doing is going on and off. And that's just, I mean, you could get more complicated than that and use the volume automation instead. So you could have like a sweep, which, let's try that now. What if I took this high frequency, and I actually literally just I went, where are we going? This one here. So I took the high frequency, and just for this section over here, I rolled it off. So now we got a loss of high frequency slowly going down over time. Yeah, and then it kind of suits. So that didn't work that well, just because the it's very high frequency, so we don't actually, you're not going to hear it that well. Let's try the same effect with the chain volume of the high mids. Let's try that out, shall we? All right, just experimenting here with production techniques. Looks like I've done it the wrong way. Here we go. Let's try it here. Okay, there's a node over there. Cool. Downward triangle. Okay, I'm going to give that a bash, except I'm going to just do it at a later stage in time. So we'll just do it right here. Okay, let's try this out. Yeah, that works quite well in terms of how a track's supposed to sound, like how a dance track is supposed to sound. What do you think? Now we can squeeze it out even more. I'm going to include, let's just include all of these for the sake of it. So I'm going to show automation in new lane for all of them. And then at the same time, so what we've got here, I should actually rename these. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to call this, so this is lower than 100, so this is very low. Low, and oops, I want to tab that. Then we're going to call that low, mid. And we're going to call this one high mid. And the last one is going to be high. Okay, that makes it easy to see. So now what we've got is low chain volume, low mid chain volume, high speaker, high speaker. It's easier than trying to interpret the actual numbers. Okay, so that's the new process going forward. I'm going to rename them with actual easy to read stuff. What I want to do now is go low chain volume down. I'm going to copy this automation and paste it over here. Let's hear how that sounds. It should just narrow out to the middle. Yeah. Okay, good. Now let's take the high mid chain volume and cut that and stick it on the low mid, sorry, the very high, and see if we can get the same effect. Just experimenting with sounds here. All right. Doesn't feel like it's going as far as I'd like it to. Okay, let's take this one up. So we're actually going to scale up the high mids. We're going to boost them, both the highs and both the high mids and the low mids, all of the mids. We're going to just make sure that they're nice and chunky for this section over here. So let's just find the node. Oops, looks like I've got node issues here. Boom, boom, we don't need that. We don't need stress in our lives. No, 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 no. What the hell is it even for? I don't know. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then I've accidentally pushed that one too high, so let's take that back up to 0. Oh, thank you, Ableton, for the discrete values. Ah, come on. We want, how do we edit the node value? Oh, damn, okay, I'm just gonna have to do this again. Sorry, kind of boring. Maybe let's do it like that. Delete that, take that, and hike up that. Okay, here we go. The lows get sucked out and the highs and the mids get pushed. And then the whole thing just kind of dissipates. Okay, good. That's the effect that we were going for, and it's just... Okay. Now we've got a lot going on still, so let's come back to these... let's make sure that we're not cranking up anything at the... Okay, good. All right, let's get an upsweep. I'm again going to steal it from an earlier project. So let's go to number 9, I think it was. We're going to use exactly the same sweep, This isn't actually a sweep. I don't know why it's called sweep. Let's just see. And why is it 44 dB low? Looks like we're missing quite a lot of this project, and I'm not sure why. Let's get the hybrid reverb. I'm just working at quite a fast pace here because I want to get through these. This is the third pass of this track, and I still don't think it's very close to complete. So for me, it's just about like finding a rhythm. So if you're moving fast and you're working, you can always come back and fix things. I like the not so detailed approach these days. I'm like, if it doesn't work and it doesn't feel like it's flowing, then you're kind of probably doing it wrong. Okay, let's give this a listen. That's cool. That was nowhere before. I couldn't hear it at all. This one over here is also minus 29 dB. So let's see what's going on there. I'm going to just drop it 12 dB and raise it by 15. Let's give it a listen. Nothing, because it's not soloed. That's quite horrible. Let's take it down to 24 dB and get out the way, because I'm kind of just in the way of what's going on here. There we go. Cool. That's very horrible, kind of in a good way. Let's just hear how it sounds with the entire track. Nope, that's not going to work. That is just horrible. We might be able to screw around with it. Let's just screw around with it and see. So I'm playing the keys right now. I'm just going to experiment with getting some decent sounds. Quad saw, what was I thinking? Okay, so let's see, maybe we can find the key of the track. It's an E flat. I think so. This doesn't sound very good. That's the original sound. Okay, let's try and just drop the frequency. It kind of works there if you just stick it in the mids. Ah, that end part works well. Okay, so we've got an LFO, which I think is, I think the attack, is that the attack? Yeah. There we go, cool. So now we've got a kind of a jitter effect on this, which is much better. Let's take let's change the envelope of this jitter effect so that there's no reverb. Oh, sorry, no release. So now what we should have is chicka 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 chicka, and then I'm going to drop this volume even further just to get it properly in the mix. Let's take that down to 24. Cool. There you go. It should start like that. That's got some nice new. Scroll through these algorithms, see what I can find. I'm also just going to quickly map out one knob. Let's just see first if we don't have one already. Sweep, no we don't. So I'm going to map out one of these knobs. Let's call it not 54, that's taken, 53 is taken, 52, 51, which is all taken. Okay, so I'm going to map out 50. Gilp is here. Hey Gilp, what's happening? Gilp says, you should make a Halloween horror music. These sound effects with some spooky atmosphere could be really cool, and focus scream sounds for jump scare. Yeah, I might do that. I'm thinking about composing more seasonally, you know, for holidays and that kind of thing. I've really only done one Christmas album ever, and one Halloween track, which was more like a comedy thing. But yeah, it's a good idea. There's an abundance of horror music out there, as with everything really. I'm kind of looking for niches too, you know, so it would have to be like comedy Halloween or something like that for it to work. Either that or just be completely Creative Commons public domain, which is I don't think I'm going to do that so often going forward. Because public domain, you get zero. You get like no rights to even enforce like attribution or anything. You can't get like traffic from it even. So it's very generous, but I think those days are behind me. Okay, guys, what are we doing? I want this to be more choppy. Like chicka 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 chicka. Why can't we make it more choppy? Come on, I want some chop. How are you doing today, Gilp? Nice to see you. Nice to have you here. There, that's the effect I'm going for. Thank you. Alright, now we're talking. I've got it mapped out to one finger on this knob here. It just keeps on falling, it just keeps on getting lower. Okay, I like this because this is now it's a drop. So we've got some pitch happening here. Let's take a look at the pitch. Pitch, not the pitch bend. Well, is it pitch bend? Let's just see if we got any pitch bend mapped. No, we don't. So it's something in the mod sources. That means that the amp is going to just experimenting with the sound here, trying to get a that's mono. There we go. Noise is nice. I like noise. Okay, the frequency is all the way up. Take the res up. That's quite nice, eh? Okay, then I think it's earned its place amongst the loud instruments, so I'm going to give it another 6 dB. It's got to sound good if you're going to hear it like up front, you know. There we go, cool. That's way too loud now, but I like the sound. Okay, so it's got a place now, that's great. Let's take it there, and I do want to cut the lows a little bit. Let's give this low frequency cut. Make it 24 so it's nice and sharp. There we go, cool. Now we got something. Alright, cool, that sounds good to me. I feel like it needs to have a little bit more on the high end still, so I'm gonna just chop that. Let's go to the mod sources, make sure all the envelopes are 0 release. That's quite cool. Okay, so these two sweeps kind of work together. I'm going to call this one chop. So it's actually an effects, and I'm going to call it chop. And this is a effects sweep. It's not really a sweep, it's more like a noise. Okay, so the chop and noise work together. They're kind of siblings, so maybe we should actually just stick them in the same bus or something like that. But for now, just take a listen. Okay, we'll take this one up, another 6 dB, and we'll also just edit the and he goes completely quiet. Edit the EQ. What I'm going to start doing too is adding this multi-band EQ sandwich. Yeah. Actually, no, we don't want to do that. We want it to be on, but just, yeah, okay. Let's view them. Yeah, okay, so FX noise. I'm just checking things out here. What I want to try to do is set some of these things to permanently just occupy a very narrow EQ range. So it's like getting very kind of super strict about where they are in the mix. So take a listen to this now. This sound over here was formerly like this. Full lows, full highs. Let's hear it again without the top. So now, because we've literally cut out everything, let's take a look, I think, at the spectrum. That will give us an idea. Yeah, so there's very little happening outside of the outside of that narrow frequency band. So that's what I want here. That's what I want here. Okay, cool. Getting on with things. Yeah, so how are you doing, Gilp? What's keeping you busy today? Are you did you check my short about frequency music? It's quite exciting. I've been getting data like on people using my Creative Commons music on YouTube, and this is like such a big deal for me because I've been releasing music into like the ether for like 5 years, and I get people getting in touch with me saying, hey, thanks for letting me use it, but no like data reporting on where it's going. So these guys frequency like monitor YouTube usages, and they've got this admin dashboard, and I've just been getting all this data on like well, almost 100 videos now that have yeah, like incorrectly attributed their video to me, which is fine. I'm not like here to hunt people down, but like some of them have got like 500,000 views, and so I deserve a little bit of that traffic at least, you know. So they have to now attribute me and my channel, which is quite an exciting thing. Like it's just basically traffic. It's free traffic, you know. So yeah, let me know what you're up to. It's growth. That's the main thing, is just marginal gains, growth. Trying to get somewhere here, you know? Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to find a flanger, phaser flanger, stick it on this FX chop, see if we can get some. Sorry, just trying to get these right. I think this should go on, right? This should go on all the way to the end. So if I've changed it there, I need to change it everywhere. Just turn it off over here and stick it up there again. Good, let's fine-tune this noise. I want it to sound a little less vague. It should sound like something, basically. Audio effect rack with nothing in it. There is something in it. What is in it? There. Chorus, reverb, drum, bass. Is anything happening here? It's just an effect rack, which comes in after that. Okay. Alright, let's solo this out and just see if we can get some decent sound out of this. Alright, wavetable. Here we go. This could be, I see, I've actually, okay, let's take that to there and then copy that automation over. Okay, copy, or should I duplicate, yeah. That's quite cool. That's a bit more flangy around my head. It's just louder now, but not necessarily better. Let's see if we can push the limits here. Push the limits. Okay. It's much nicer. Okay, it's quite loud now. Let's take it down. I wonder if you can't grab multiple, yeah, there we go, low frequencies. Okay, cool, let's duplicate all that out. Cool, it's starting to sound like a thing now. Let's take both of these FX chop and FX noise. Okay, right, the whole thing's way too loud, but that's fine. We'll just bring it into a reasonable level. Also just maybe want a little bit less of this flanger vibe, and we'll take that down to 24. Okay, this is good. It's got like some tickly stuff in my ear. Okay, this beat's cool, but I think what it needs actually is kind of melody. This is cool too. I really like this glitch. It's just right. It occupies the right space. It's got OTT on it. That's probably why. Okay. That's cool. Let's just take a bit, slam it, and then cut the mids too. Yeah. So no, actually, cutting the mids doesn't. That's it. Yeah. I just want this like. Sorry, I'm just editing behind myself here. Just want this like very high pitched put sound. This one's quite cool too. I think what it could use is just one of my multi-band splitter things. So I'm going to grab this here, EQ multi-band, stick it over here. It's really just a low-cut filter right at the end of the chain, but it's got the ability to be automated quite easily. So let's get these highs out the way. There we go. So now we've got this combination of high texture sounds. Okay. Cool. I think this one's actually getting a bit overwhelmed, so let's get over to here, stick a utility -12 on it. Yeah, so I'm just making some Creative Commons music here. This will be released for attribution, so if you're into making videos, you'll be able to use the track for no charge on YouTube or anywhere really. And then if you're into Ableton, I will release this project as a Creative Commons project too, meaning that you can open the project file, no missing samples, no missing VSTs or plugins, and yeah, just edit it to your heart's content. That's what we're up to here. That's what I do here every day, son. If you like the vibe, check out the free stuff, link in the description. Okay, I want to send a lot more of this to the... That's got to be a bit more, yeah, aggressively delayed. That can be the melody. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, we're relying a lot more on modulation effects here, which is cool. I feel like the delay could be a little higher. And then just take the delay volume. Okay, so I've done some fancy stuff with EQ there that might be a bit too harsh, but anyway. Moving forward. Okay. Keep on with the marginal gains, people. That's what it's about. Just a little bit more each day. You don't have to be amazing. Just be a little bit better than yesterday. Okay, let's get a massive upsweep from Vengeance, as I tend to look for sweeps in Vengeance first. Gated noise, what do we have here? Yeah, that could work. That's kind of what we're looking for too. I did promise myself I would go through a previous project to get the gated noise, but a riser, yeah, that's what it's called. That's actually better. Let's do that. Get a so straight up gated noise input there, and we'll probably have to take this down. Just take it to the bus EQ and take it down in gain, just -18 to start. Okay, lose warp. We'll find the right setting. Okay, it's a bit fast, so we have to actually warp it out to slower. Okay, So actually what we're trying to do here is there is an 8-bar loop. I think it's going to be regular if I do that. Let's just try it. That's it, yeah. It's quite cool. Okay, so we've got a sweep up now. I like that color. This is kind of muted turquoise. Good. Now we need the massive down sweep. Also brought to you by Vengeance. Everybody uses it, but hey, it works. Not bass, no. Let's go to down sweeps. Down lifter. Okay, you probably can't hear these, but the idea is that we find a nice down sweep like that. So let's duplicate that sweep before we do any other duplication and find a I don't want anything too sudden. I want preview stuff with your eyes closed, you know. Too much resonance. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Let's try that and gain it down 18 dB as usual. Turn off warp and solo it up. It's not going to work because it's going to bus EQ and you've cut the highs. This is where it comes in handy, having the routing set up. So Vengeance, this Vengeance sample is going straight to, that's it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good. Let's take it down even more. Could also just use a reverb on it just to send it a bit back in the mix. This is how I do it. I just stick a basic reverb on it. Okay, kids, we are making Creative Commons music for the community, by the community. Sounds corny when I say that. A little bit of high cut, yeah. Bass violin seems to be taking quite a hit. Maybe we should send that to the pre-master instead. Let's see how it sounds. Not so sure about the auto fade, the auto panning. I think I've done some panning on here that I don't actually want to do anymore. Okay, let's hear it in the stream. This thing's gone a bit haywire. Let's rein it in a bit. I know what the problem is. It's going to too much of the delay. And it's just a bit aggressive, yeah. There we go. Cool. Now we get the coming together at the end of both. Still sounds like it's a little bit missing. It's missing harmony. It's missing this. It's like this has its highs cut all the way. That's kind of where we want it to be, more like that. Wonder how this is sounding. Okay, there's a note that's not working. I think it's the melody. Okay, let's correct that. Let's just hear this with the melody. Okay, let's take all of these that are not that one. Okay, all of it except you, and turn it into a ping. Pad's coming in a bit hot now. Maybe just dial it back a bit. Also, this might be a good target for the EQ trick that I had up my sleeve a minute ago. So let's just hear how that sounds. I'm going to just move the pad from where it is now and down into this texture layer. Let's just hear it. Give it a chance. Okay, let's give that a layer, why not? It's got a bit of weirdness to it, which I like. This isn't very cyberpunk, but got pad poly. Okay. Looks like we're making a bit of progress here, kids. This is, I mean, I'm still in the composition phase here, but yeah, I'm getting there. Okay, cool. And most importantly, just having a bit of fun, right? If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Okay, what else do we have here in the bag of tricks? I've got a texture channel, which makes no sound, and 3 more of those. And then this, I think we've got enough of this kind of thing. Let's hear. That sounds like it could be a clap. Just take it down and see. Okay, let's just let's use that as a clap and see how it goes. So we'll just write a quick MIDI file over here and edit it for okay, and then we can just put it there. Good, now it's sticking out like a sore thumb, as they say. Let us get it to... Let's get it in its own pre-master bus. The Highlander, what's up, Jans? Says, if the height were a bit more electronic, like when you time stretch something on an old Akai sampler, Highlander says, then it has a mechanic sound to it. That's definitely cyberpunk. How would I do that in Ableton? Walk me through that. I'd like to try that out right now if possible. These days people use Akai synths for that. Okay, cool. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, stretch it out. Did you say if the height were a bit more electronic? What do you mean by that? Yeah, I like this, you know, when you guys make suggestions like that, I take them, I run with them. That's like the best thing that can happen. So yeah, thanks. This is cool. It's just a bit low. Jan says, let me check. Cool. Turn a shaper on, and I'm also going to do a low pass, sorry, a high pass filter. Let's do a high pass filter on this. Is it sample or MIDI? Are you talking about this sound that's currently playing, this crunch? If so, it is 2 samples. It's being triggered by MIDI, but looks like I'm not actually making any difference. There's a epoxy crush effect on it. That's why it's not sounding very high. I can make it sound much more, yeah, like much more like a bit. Oh no, on the high melody. All right, we've got this high melody over here. Sorry, this one here. We definitely have to start the track with this. So I'm gonna just right now, I'm gonna just get that all over there. Cool, and let's see. Is that the sound you mean, that high melody, or is it this one over here? Okay. And while we're at it, let's just change the cutoffs for that so we can start it with full. That's maybe a bit too aggressive. Let's do it. Okay. But I like the way it sounds weird. Okay, so if you crunch this high melody a bit, this one here. All right, I've got a, well, what I use for crunching is this epoxy crush. This is one way to do it. You do get other better ones, of course, like Byte by Native Instruments, but I tried not to use external plugins in these projects, so I can release them as dependency free, zero dependency Ableton Live projects. Okay. Yes, that's an improvement. Okay, good, except we've got way too much delay or something going on here. Why is it keeping on going? Maybe we've got, what is this? Hybrid reverb? No, that's not it. Check that out. It's just delaying. Don't know why. And then it decays. So that's interesting. Is that a byproduct of epoxy crush? Let me get out the way. What I've done is gone rate, jitter, dry, wet, 100%, bits low. So just this pad sound here. Yes, when it gets a bit crunchy and static, you get the digital feeling. So now what I've got is this ongoing, yeah, I like that sound, yeah, that kind of circuitry, exactly. It sounds like circuitry, like bad game circuitry or something like that, like early, you know, like pre-Nintendo kind of days. I can't work out why this is why this is going with so much delay. There is a delay here, but maybe I could just put epoxy crush before that so that it doesn't go on forever. Cool. Hey, we got a new stream viewer. Hey, what's up? And I can read your name. Your name is Kong Bouillon. Hello, Bouillon. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming by the stream. Okay, we've got a bit of, here we go. Right, cool. There we go. That's what I was going for, yeah, a little bit more electric like that. We can bring up the feedback again. Okay, here we go. Yes, nice and weird. That's what you get to do when you're a dad. You get to screw around on streams. Oh, this is fat. Now I'm still suddenly in love with this track again. Ah, yes. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Now we've got two problems. One is that the key changes too radically there, because we've actually experienced the key change. So I'm going to have to do something about that. Gilp says, cool, weird, retardo vibe. Thanks, man. I'm glad people still say the R word. Yes, I like this. It's starting to feel like 8-bit or something like circuit bending or whatever. Now, I'm going to break my rules here. I never break my rules. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to find out what the key is and change the actual recorded sound. So what transposed to the new sound at least. Let's turn off that. That's good. There's something wrong with that bass though. It sounds like it should be mono. And what the hell is all of the scale stuff? And also, turn on mono. No, it sucks the life out of it. Okay, we'll figure the bass out later. I've got like 5 processes going on. What I want to do first is make sure that this feeling over here so we're in E, what is that? So I'm just playing this on the keyboard next to me. It's an F sharp. So we're going into F sharp. Okay, we're going from A into F sharp. So I've got to take everything here and transpose it down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So now it should work. Let's do that. Everything here. 1, 2, 3. Everything here. 1, 2, 3. Everything here. The downlifter can stay where it is. The violin I'll get to now. Okay, so everything in the violin patch. Let's do ourselves a favor real quick and just join this entire thing. No, I don't actually have to join it. I've just got to... Yeah, I've got to join it. Okay. Joining the violin. I recorded this on violin. I'm quite proud of that. And what I'm going to do now is transpose it. 1, 2, 3 semitones. Change it to complex mode. And now everything sounds like it's in a new key. Almost. Not the... I didn't quite get to the oscillator. Take this down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is still a bit sharp for me. Let's take it down. I like the way it gets all calm there. Okay. And that should be in key. Yes, okay. Good, that's what I was going for. So we've effectively gotten around the problem of the mood changing too suddenly. I wanted it to stay in that key. So we've got a, what is it, an F sharp minor start, and then we modulate to A. And it's crazy even talking about keys here, but okay, good. Good. Das ist gut. What do you guys think of this track so far? Are you looking forward to seeing it out in the wild? How do you feel about it? I've got mountains of admin before I can actually release it, but we are slowly getting there. This is the fun part, you know, just writing it and connecting with you guys. Okay. This I don't think should be rolled off anymore. The violin bus. Okay, and that D is obviously a little bit too high in terms of frequency, so I'm gonna just get a basic filter on it just to cut off those real highs. Half of me says I shouldn't be cutting the highs. Oops, I think this is on the wrong thing. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Highlander, just hit me up if you need a cool name for it. Yeah, you named the last one, didn't you? Yeah, I mean, please, give me a name for this track. I need names for these tracks. I can't stand coming up with names. What does it sound like to you? Okay, sorry about the crunching. I did change my sample rate to 512 today. I'm going to just try and experiment. One real great trick for composers, if you want things to like blend in more, your best friend is just down an octave, which I have now not done. That works fine because it sounds like it's in the mix, but this should sound like lower. Yeah. Okay, I also want to just up the attack value on some of these oscillators so it glides better. Okay, let's go. It should glide better. No, not gliding as I intended. Have we got glide enabled on both of them? Yeah, there it is on there. That's just noise there. Okay, I'm just heading over to the pitch oscillator on here, and It shouldn't be switching like that. How do we prevent it from switching? Bam! I want it to... Okay, and we can also just dial this back a little bit so it cuts out. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm just looking for a way to... That's quite nice too. Cool. Glide is not currently working as intended. How do we do this? There, now that one worked. Okay, it must just be the spacing of the notes. It thinks there's a little bit of a gap in between here, so I'm just going to drag everything out a little bit and we'll see it fix itself. Stuff they don't teach you in MIDI school. That's how it's wanted to sound, yeah? This is very weird, I love it. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna I'm gonna finish now, finish the stream, stream's done. But you'll find me back here tomorrow because I'm getting excited about this. Just looking for a way to shorten this. Yeah, seriously though, Cease, if you come up with a name, let me know because I'd really appreciate help naming this stuff. Okay, let's get a nice fat -12 utilities. Is by far the most frequent thing I use is the utility device. There, that sits nicely. Okay, great. And glitch is actually going to be snare. Okay, great. Moving forward, kids, this is cool. I really like the way this is going. Stick the snare up here with the rest of the vibes, as they call them, and I'm going to give it an orange color so it can be one with its brothers, one with its brethren. Okay, cool. What do you think, Jans, for a name idea? We do want a down sweep there. We also want a down sweep here. It might come in a bit too soon though, like too hard too soon. Okay, you're gonna process it further. That's fine. Okay, let's see how this starts. Okay, let's bring in some of the level 2 stuff here. So I'm going to just start it here. And down sweep activated. There we go. Please play. Sometimes I gotta wait like 10 seconds and then it just gives. Textures coming in quite loud, don't need it that loud. That's it. Let's get the down sweep back in there as a crash. Then we get that noise sound coming in nice. I'll crank this up a little bit. How are we doing for headroom? Quite well, apparently. So I can take this up. I'm going to just raise the level here. Highlander, let me brainstorm it. I have some concepts I need to smash together. 1 or 2 words, no problem. We don't need that sound in there, that's not necessary. And this whole idea I had earlier of automating the highs was not a good one. Okay, where do we go from here? Yes, this is like anime action hero, like in the background, like, the background just like flying by, and this epic heroic action with the power of the universe behind him. Yes, now I can feel this shit. And here comes a violin. I'm gonna separate this part out a bit, but it's just great. Oh yes, I feel it in my balls. This is like making me passionate. No, this is the wrong direction. We don't want to go that way. We want to go the other way. We want to just calm everything down after that. So it's like, here's the part where I can feel it in my balls. Okay, dudes, I've got to go. I'm on duty. I'm on dad duty. Wish me luck. Have a good evening. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for the input, especially you, Cis Jans. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to carry on with this track 4. Yes, and now we all come down. And now there's some sweet lovemaking on the moss under the tree. Okay, gotta go. See you dudes. What a kiff stream. Had a good time. Check out the latest short I released. It's just about that frequency music platform, a Dutch platform, which is really helping me with releasing these Creative Commons works online and analytics reporting on YouTube and stuff. It's boring, but it's also very good news for Creative Commons musicians. So yeah, spread the love. Alright dudes, I will play the entire track as usual as I leave and shut down. So here we go. Peace out. Nice to see you.